G'day riders, Mr. Kiwi Rider here. Welcome to my 3x3 challenge. I was called out by the incomparable Mrs. Kiwi Rider, who was called out by the inimitable Dig and the Hound. My guess is that he called her out because they both enjoy the same shade of lipstick. For those of you that don't know what the 3x3 challenge is, I literally have no idea where it started or who started it, but it's become a thing amongst the motovlogging community and probably a lot wider than that as well. What happens is a person is nominated to say 3 interesting things about themselves that other people might not know, and then they call out 3 other people and challenge them to do the 3x3 challenge as well. And it just seems like it's creating some real sort of camaraderie in the motovlogging community and beyond. Yeah, just a really interesting thing. So I'm happy to do my part as well. So I hope you enjoy. The first thing that you might not know about me is I used to live with my uncle. And when he went away to stay with some friends, he gave me a gold ring. And I lost that gold ring when I was hiking in the mountains with my good friend Sam. The second thing you might not know about me is, some years ago, I actually built a motorcycle in my shed and raced it in a time trial at the Bonneville Salt Flats. The third thing you might not know about me is some time ago I used to share a house in Wellington with 3 other vampires. Of course, the astute amongst you will have already worked out that none of those are actually true. Number 1 was the Lord of the Rings, number 2 was the world's fastest Indian, and number 3 was What We Do in the Shadows. It is law here in New Zealand that if anyone does do any kind of vlogging, that sort of thing, they're legally bound to promote New Zealand films. If they don't, they get their legs tied to one sheep and their arms tied to another sheep, and the sheep are then asked to walk in different directions. Yeah, that's not true either. Sorry, I'll be serious from now on. So anyway, Mr. Kiwi Rider's 3x3 challenge. 3 things of interest that you might not know about me. The first one is this. 20-something years ago when I was about, I must have been maybe 21, a hypnotist named Andrew Newton came to the town that I lived in, Timaru in New Zealand, and did a show at the Theatre Royal. Now, he called for volunteers to be hypnotized in his show, and I went up. And it turns out that I'm very susceptible to hypnosis. I later learned that you generally, when you're under hypnosis, you won't do anything that is against your morals or against, is really against something that you wouldn't really generally do if motivated to when you were not under hypnosis. Which is interesting because during the show, I ended up doing the Lambada dance with Andrew Newton, the forbidden dance with him on stage. And that's not the worst of it. During the finale, he asked us to pretend we were dancing in a strip show, and I actually stripped down to my boxers before he actually had to stop me. This is a true story. I stripped down to my boxers in front of Timaru's elite. Actually, it was like generally people's grandmothers and stuff, but yeah, before he had to stop me. So I can remember most of it, and it was a hell of a time. So yeah, that was number one. I was hypnotized live on stage in a stage production by Andrew Newton. The second thing that you might not know about me is that I really enjoy blues music, and I am an enthusiastic amateur blues musician, and have written a few blues songs, and Mrs. Kiwi Writer has actually helped me to record a few music videos for those songs that I've written. I will put up just a little bit of a snippet here of one of those songs.
You can run, you can run, you can run, you can run away from me. You can run, you can run, you can run, you can run, you can run away from me. You can run, you can run, you can run, you can run away from me. You can run, you can run, you can run, you can run away from me. With me, I'm at these crossroads. God knows I'm sinking down.
So that's me. I go by the name The Big Heavy, and I'm the world's okayest blues musician that you've never heard of. The third thing that you might not know about me is I have an eye condition known as strabismus. It's also known in some circles as lazy eye. Now, I have 20/20 vision in both of my eyes, although I do need reading glasses. I've reached that age. But I have 20/20 vision in both eyes, but I have a dominant eye and a subordinate eye. My dominant eye, which is my left eye, I generally see out of most of the time. Because my other eye doesn't align and it is actually looking, if I'm looking straight ahead, it's generally looking out to the right. Because it does that, my brain cleverly shuts off the signal. Not completely, so I still have peripheral vision, but it shuts off the signal so I don't end up with double vision. It's quite clever actually, and I mean, if you look into it, our eyes are really, really clever anyway. But yeah, what my brain does with my eyes is extraordinary. I can see out of my subordinate eye, which is my right eye, if I just, concentrate, or I don't even have to concentrate, I can just look out of that eye, and then my brain, realizing that's what I'm doing, will make my usually dominant eye, it will shut off that signal. Not completely again, I still have the peripheral vision. It's an interesting thing. I'm on a waiting list at the hospital to get an operation to straighten the eyes. I can't imagine, it's not a priority to the hospital, so I can't imagine I'll be called up anytime soon. But yeah, the third thing is I have a condition called strabismus. Alright, on to the people that I'm going to nominate or challenge to do the 3x3 challenge. So basically tell us 3 interesting things that we might not know about you, and then nominate 3 other people to do the same. I'm going to nominate firstly a motorcycle brother from Kentucky. He's down there getting lucky in Kentucky. Cheer the Clutch Up. Cheer the Clutch Up has a small, I think probably only a couple of videos at the moment, motovlog channel. But yeah, Cheer the Clutch Up. I challenge you to do the 3x3 challenge. I'm not sure if you've already done it or you're doing it, but yeah, I challenge you. Secondly, I want to challenge Throttle Dude. Throttle Dude and Cheer the Clutch Up often ride together, and they've got some pretty cool content that they help each other create. Cheer the Clutch Up, man, he blows some smoke. And yeah, Throttle Dude rides this awesome Honda Spirit, Honda Shadow Spirit, Honda Spirit maybe. Yeah, Catch the Spirit, yeah. This awesome, awesome sounding, awesome looking blue Honda. Throttle Dude, I don't know if you've got a motovlog channel on YouTube, but you can do the 3x3 challenge on Instagram and just share those interesting things. So I'm going to call you out, Throttle Dude, and yeah, 3x3 challenge, my friend. And thirdly, I want to call out a Canadian buddy, Runaway Rider. He's got quite a lot of followers on Instagram. He rides an adventure bike, and he has some hilariously funny posts that he shares most days, and just an enjoyable Instagram account to follow. Again, Runaway Rider, I'm not sure if you've got a motovlog channel on YouTube or a channel on YouTube at all, but you can do the 3x3 challenge on Instagram, and it's just sharing 3 interesting things about yourself that we might not know. Yeah, so that's my challenge to you. So yeah, this has been Mr. Kiwi Rider, and this has been my 3x3 challenge.